We're ready.
Hello, 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 hello. I am Cindy Harrison, the host of Artful Webinars and Artfully Connected with Cindy Harrison. Thank you all for being here. I've been told Teacher Appreciation Week. And I know that people think that's for the teachers in the school environment, but these lovely teachers deserve our appreciation as well. So thank you for being here. Thank you for sharing your talents with the rest of us. And I say the world because I don't know, Paulette doesn't realize this, but today in Paulette's class, we actually had a person from Bolivia join us. So we are teaching the world. And I've had people from Italy and Argentina and Australia, New Zealand, obviously Canada, our sister country. Yeah. So we've had them from all over. So thank you all for joining us. It's been a while since we've done a show and tell. So I will start with Artful Webinars. Classes are continually being added, and they're all different mediums. You can take an acrylics, you can take oils, watercolor. Well, watercolor, I don't have anybody right now doing watercolor, pastels, and what's the other one I'm missing? Color pencils, of course. Oh my goodness, how could I miss that one? Yeah, so you could take all these different mediums with various artists that teach these mediums. And I'm hoping that you can go to artfulwebinars.com and you can look under painting or others. Sometimes we have mixed media there as well. We have a variety of styles. It's not all one style. I'll tell you, like, I know we did a survey recently and people are saying, we don't want cutesy. I don't really have a whole lot of cutesy. And the cutesy I have is very, very far and few between. And I usually include some of them in the convention, but otherwise than that, my group of teachers is not really into cutesy. They have adorable stuff. We have adorable animals and we have adorable birds and we have adorable or beautiful flower arrangements, whether it's realistic or it's, what would you call it, Paulette? Like
Folk art.
folk art. So, and so it's all beautiful and you can do this. Every one of the teachers who are in Artful Webinars is an excellent teacher and they are very informative articulately. They can articulate what to do and you can follow it. So by the end of the class, I have not seen anybody turn out a bad piece. Everybody has been able to achieve their goal and come up with a beautiful piece to be very proud of. We also have a library. Now, I've been doing this since our first class was July of 2019. So I had saved a lot of videos. I've gotten rid of a lot of videos because originally I wasn't planning on doing this, but I have found a lot of footage and also have the PDFs. So the teachers have been allowing me to put it into a library, the Artful Webinar Library. And you can go there. And if you've missed any of the classes that have been previously done by Artful Webinars, you can go there, buy a library pass for a few dollars, and then you can have access to whatever classes that you missed. And I have a list of artists who are allowing me to post their video replays. So you can go there and buy a class. And then with this, you get the full video, you get the PDF, and you also have access to the teacher. You can call them, email them, text them, whatever it is, to get clarification on an instruction or a critique if you wish. So you still have them for that purpose. If you have any questions on the technical aspects of Artful Webinars, please go ahead and you can email me at cindy@artfulwebinars.com. Now, I'm going to go right into the teachers, and let's see. The first one I have is Miss Paulette.
Good evening. Hi, everybody, and I have a lot to show you because I have quite a few things coming up with Artful Webinars, but I also have a few other projects on some other being hosted by some other things. So we'll go through that. And you said I don't do cutesy, but the first thing I'm going to show you is a
Is it cutesy?
It's a cutesy.
Oh, it is cutesy. I said we don't do a lot. It's
I
far
know
few
we don't
between.
do, but I submitted this to Art Remove for to create. They're doing an ornament, and so I did this little thing. His name is Chris Mouse, and the title of the thing is Chris Mouse Cheer, and there he is with his little candy cane and ornament. I'm trying to get that in focus because that's sharper if I hold it farther away. I guess it is. Anyway, you can do it on this ornament, and this is from De Palma's wood. Okay, this is a nice size ornament, but they also make this, which is this shape, and it's on a base and with a stick. So you can enlarge this design and put it on this piece, which is about 9 inches, I think this is. And you could add some, some lettering and some words that say Merry Christmas or cheers or whatever got plenty of room.
Yeah.
You could make him really any size and put your lettering on there and decorate your base. And what's nice about this is once you buy the base, you can buy different tops for it. So it just goes in with a stick. You can pull it out and then put in a different one if you want. So that's available from De Palma's, both of those. So this is the ornament, and then like I say, it's the same shape, just bigger for the other piece. So that's Chris Mouse, and that's coming up on Monday, May 15th, and it's just a little 3-hour class to create this little guy. But there's some real fun little shading techniques and different things. We get into some of the details on the face, which a lot of people have trouble with, but we're going to try to simplify it for you. So there he is. And, the inspiration for this, my daughters read a series of books when they were little. It was Ralph S. Mouse. And he was a little mouse that was in a camp. And when the kids left to go home after the summer, they left a toy motorcycle, and one of the things that he rode around the camp with when it was empty was his little toy motorcycle. So this is what I think of when I see this little ornament. But anyway, that's Chris Mouse. And then the next thing I'm going to do is an Artful webinar, and that is this Jacobean floral, which I did on a plate. But when you get the pattern for this, or when you do this class, I also isolated both of these flowers, and I painted them on like candy dish lids. So when you get the pattern for this, if you sign up for the class and get the pattern, you will also get the smaller version. Well, it's not smaller, actually, it's just an isolated version to put on like a lid of a candy dish or a small box that you might want to give to somebody. You don't have to paint the whole design again. So there's that floral, and this border is just stamped on. Somewhere I had the stamp for that. It's a rubber stamp, but you can use anything. But I like this one. It's a part of a set. It just looks like scratched lines, and you just put your paint on and then press it on, and that's what I used for my border on this. So it doesn't always have to be a painted fancy border. As long as you can have something that will complement the piece. So that's the Jacobean floral that'll be coming up. And the next, that is June 11th, and that's 11 to 5 on a Sunday. The next piece is Shells and Beach Roses, which is an Artful webinar, and that's going to be on a Thursday, June 15th. And I taught this at NET last year. It was very popular. And this is on a little Bombay box, which is really pretty. And this is also a De Palma's piece. But you can enlarge it, reduce it to put it on something else that you might have in your stash. And that is going to be Thursday, June 15th. Okay, and I think it's an afternoon. I forgot to write the time down. So you can check that out. That's open for registration right now, to sign up for that. It's got really pretty colors in it, turquoises and purples and coral and all the shell colors. So if you have somebody or you want to give a gift to somebody who lives in a coastal area, this is a really nice piece, especially if you don't want to give the traditional lighthouse picture to somebody. It's a little bit different. So that might be something you want to look into. Next, we have, I'm doing another little ornament for Art Room to create. And this is this little winter rose pattern. And I did a little something different with the background on this. I actually put the background in first with a highlight in this corner up here so that this light background, let's see if I can get it oriented correctly on the screen. So basically I gave the prep instructions, and what you do is you're going to put that light background in like 1/4 of the circle. And then you're going to blend it into the dark area of the background and then put your design on. And again, this can be enlarged. This would be beautiful on the top of a little ornament box, or something you want to hang in the center of a wreath. You might want to enlarge that. So this is coming up on June 28th, and that's 1 to 4. And then we're going to do Resting in the Flowers, which is the free class for people who are members, right, Cindy?
Of Artful Webinars, yeah.
Artful Webinars free class. And I originally painted this on a tray, but you can put this around a container. If you have a container that you want to paint around the design. This I just is on my paint. This is my demo piece that I painted on a placemat. And I actually use these placemats. I varnish them, and I use this like as a desk mat, or I have several. I have one on my desk always in my living room, and you could make a beautiful desk set for somebody if you wanted to paint this and do take one of the flowers and put it on a pencil box or something. It'd be a nice gift for somebody to do this. And this is a kind of fun. You can leave it, just paint it and do our thing with it. But then on top of this is I use some Enchanted, which tints it with a very fine, I don't want to say glitter, but it's super fine, and it does shimmer like glitter, but it's not big chunks like glitter. And you can buy it in different colors. And I use the green, and I use the turquoise on the blue flower, and I use the gold on the salmon flower, the coral flower, and I think magenta on the purple or pinkish flower over
So
here.
it's an iridescent kind of thing.
Yeah, you can buy an iridescent, which is like a varnish, but then there's the one that's got the shimmer in it. Two different kinds of Enchanted. And you have to make sure I use the one with the shimmer. So it's got little tiny grains of glitter in it, but it's not like glitter, and then it gives an all over shine. It's like metal flake on a car paint. It's really very subtle. And then we're going to do Tropical Fruit and Flowers. And that's going to be an Artful webinar. And that's Tuesday, July 18th. And just in time for summer. This has got lemons on it. And it's really a pretty summer design. And you don't have to paint it on a plate. I've done this on a bentwood box where I did this on the surface, and then I did the lemons around the rim. There's many things you could adapt the design to, because you can make this border, do anything you want, as far as you could paint this on a pitcher or some kind of pouring device. So there's lots of things you could do with this. It's really pretty colors. And I just taught for Capitolers. I know some of you people are out there have joined Capitolers recently, because we do our meetings both in Zoom and in person. And I just did a lemon design for Capitolers which I did a tray, and it makes a really nice companion piece to this because it's got the same blue. I used the same blue on the border of that, and it's got the lemons. So you can adapt that to just about any design you want. So if you've seen that pattern, you may, the pattern is available for that also if you want something to do with a companion. So that's that. And that takes me through the summer as far as projects that I have scheduled right now, but I will show you my net projects. And got some different things here. This is a really pretty box. This is a De Palma piece also. So this is really very delicate, very pretty. And this box is lovely. It's got a slide top on it. So it doesn't lift, it slides, it swivels. So there's a, and it's just beautifully made. De Palmas, of course, they do an excellent job on all their wood. This is just a beautiful piece. And so this will be available, pattern will be available after net. This is another piece I'm doing for net, and this could be adapted to a lot of different things. This is a tile that I painted, a ceramic tile. I got my bird upside down here. But it's a Slovakian floral. And of course, a lot of you know me, know that my heritage is Czech. So I really am into a lot of these strokey type designs with birds, and the Czechoslovakian design, that they use a lot of these checks, black and white checks in their design to trim stuff. My grandmother, when she did eggs, she did all these little checkerboard designs on the eggs and borders, and they do it on their doorways, and they enhance a lot of their designs with checks, black and white checks. So this is very, very traditional of what that from that area of the world. So that's that. And of course, if you haven't painted on a tile before, it's something to try. The other things I'm teaching at net, they're kind of big, but I'll try to show you. I just love the intricate borders of the bandanas. Now these are just the bandanas that you buy and wear around your neck. And I just love the intricate borders on these. I just thought it made such a beautiful border for a painting. And this is my little guy that I'm teaching at net, and he's called Just Chillin'. And he's got lots of glitter. I don't know if you can see the glitter in the camera, but I use the big flakes of glitter on him, and he's just a very happy little snowman. And it's just funny. I had him above my fireplace this winter. I left him up after Christmas for a while because he was just so cute. And it's a nice size. And it makes an 18 by 18 panel. And if you were to sign up for this at net, we're going to do the board at net. We're going to actually mount the band. You're going to learn to mount the bandana to the board, and you can wrap it around the edges. So if you don't want the frame, you can actually wrap the edges to the back so that you can have a frameless print if you want. So that's that bandana. And then I'm doing another one because I submitted two. They wanted to do both. So this is a fall one. And I just love the black and white bandana print as an accent to those fall colors. So again, you don't have to have the frame. The frame is strictly optional, but in class, we will do the bandana, mounting it to the board, and then painting the design. So there's the other net project. Two really nice projects. They have something different. Oh, here's the other lemon design that goes. So if you're interested in this lemon design, if you want as a companion with that plate, you can contact me. I just taught this for Capitolers. And they had this print is adaptable to just about anything. I had a girl put it on a teapot. Somebody else had it on a box. Somebody else had it on a napkin, a container, so it can go around something. I have a lemon basket that I painted, like a fruit basket. So this can be adapted to any surface. And I'm telling you, Capitolers, there were 30 in the class, and there were probably 30 different surfaces. and they all had adapted it to their surface. So that is available. If you want to contact me, I can hook you up with that pattern. That is available. And I think that finishes up for me.
Okie dokie. You've
So
been busy.
hopefully you'll sign up. Hopefully we'll see some of you at NET.
Yeah.
It's a great time. They've had a great turnout for NET this year. Should be a great convention. Got wonderful vendors. So
Can't wait. Awesome. Thank you, Paulette.
alrighty.
The next person is Miss Lydia Steves. Oops,
Hi,
sorry.
everybody.
Hold on. I pressed the wrong button. It's been a while. There you go.
Oh, okay. There. Hello, everybody. Yeah, I have lots of things to show you as well. So we'll just get going on that. And so first in May, I've got these 2 classes for chapters. So Rosie and Fred is May 23rd for the Goldfinch chapter. It's a Zoom class, but they are opening it up to members. So if you're interested in that, these little pair, then that's something that you can do. Hershey with these little bubbles, that is at the Charleston chapter, and it's a Zoom thing as well. It's May 27th, and they are opening it up also to members. So if you are interested in either of these 2, you would go to my calendar page, and I will have the sign up details there for you. Okay, so just keep remembering that you can always go to this calendar page on my website if you forget something. All right, so that's May. June, we're going to be doing this is a watch. Let's see, yeah, watch, learn, create. So this is little Nosy Parker, and that's my Critter Square. This time I'm going to be working on suede board. So it's a different surface. Some of you have done it already, and it's usually people quite like it actually. So in the packet, I've given you several sources for not this color though. There are other colors, and they come in a 4x6 usually, so you'd have to trim them down, but that's doable. If you have your heart set on this color, then you need to email me, or when you buy the packet, just write in the little comment section there that you would like to have the suede board as well. And then I'll just invoice you separately for that. It's $5 US. That includes shipping, or $6 Canadian. Again, includes shipping. And we'll do this little guy or girl, who knows? I don't know. And that is June 13th, and that's a Tuesday. So we're trying, according to that survey, you wanted Tuesdays or Wednesdays. So we're going to give this one a try for a Tuesday. So just remember that. Okay. That'll be fun. So June still, I have this project for the Decorative Painters Academy. And it's been open for a little while. It's probably about 3/4 full. There'll only be one class. This is not like Frank, where they're going to open up another class. This is it. And it's June 23rd, 11 to 4 Central Time at the Decorative Painters Academy. And the cool thing about this is that we're actually going to be working on a piece of veneer, cherry veneer. See how thin that is? Super thin, kind of delicate actually. I have found surfaces for Canadians and for Americans, and that's included in the packet or in the PDF. And then you'll just put your pattern on and color in the grasses, and we will be ready to go. If you decide you don't want to do that on that, you can do it maybe on something else wood-wise. You don't seal the wood, keep it open, and this is just a wash of, I think it's dark chocolate, Americana dark chocolate, and then I put my pattern on, and it works quite fine on another kind of wood. Not MDF, And maybe not plywood either. Plywood's a little bit hard. You can do it, but it's not quite as nice to work on. So that's another option. And then if you really don't want to deal with the whole wood thing, you could always do our Stonehenge paper, that craft colored, and maybe after you've done the little guys, you could get in there with your pan pastels and make a nice background too. So there's lots of options there if you would like to join us with McChippy and her chipettes. Right, so the very next day, we're going to be doing the Hope for Wildlife charity. So all the monies raised will go either to Hope for Wildlife or the Ohio Bird Sanctuary. And this is an owl from Hope for Wildlife Rescue. And it's colored pencil on that craft paper, the craft colored paper. And the important thing would be to get a Verithin white. I asked for a black too, which that doesn't matter, but a Verithin white is kind of important because the regular white is a little too mushy and soft, and we want to have a finer line to get some of these little lines in here. So the plan is going to be that we kind of put everything in with this pencil and then color it the right color of these golden tones. It's not really as difficult as you might think, to be perfectly honest. I mean, we've done eyebrows before, and these little eye rings and such. And then we're going to take one section at a time and get them to completion. And we'll keep working around until we've got the whole thing done. And it's actually going to turn out to be pretty good. So I have this little guy on some tote bags, and we will be making draws, door prizes with those as giveaways. So it should be lots of fun. So hopefully you would like to do that with us. Okay, so then we get to July. A couple of things in July. First is I'm going to be at Hoot, the 13th to the 15th. And the first up is Sky. This is colored pencil on black paper. That's day one. And I'm on Zoom. So I think the way they've got it arranged there is that you could either go in or be on Zoom. I think they're quite flexible and they've got it all figured out. So that's an owl that I met in South Africa. And then they picked two acrylics. So this is Jerry. And he's on the second day, 14th, I guess. And then we have Daisy Bunny on the 15th. So those are Hoot. Sign up at Hoot at their website. And I know a few people, the last time I showed them, they went off and they signed up for their newsletter so that they know when registration's opening. It should be opening, I guess, fairly soon. A couple of months usually things are. So July, June, yeah, maybe it's going to be open up pretty soon. Again, don't forget, go to the calendar page. Links will be in there. And hot off the presses, just today, we finished another demo. This is soft pastel. I know there's a few people out there that would like to keep going with some soft pastel classes. And so I thought another demo might be a good idea. However, there's going to be a new technique. And I'm going to do a demo dash on July 10th to show you this new technique of an alcohol wash that we do first. So you're going to want to come to that one and then get prepped up. And then a week later, I don't think that's right. Now that I'm looking at it, I think it's the 18th, July 18th.
Yeah, let me go check that.
I think it's July 18th.
It is the 18th.
Yeah. All right, we'll just change that. That's the first time that I saw that. But anyways, I'll get that corrected and then it'll be right on my website as well too. So we'll get that figured out. So if you want to do this one, like if you want to pastel along, you do need to, get prepped up. And this will just be like a 30-minute little demo dash thing. We'll get it all ready and then we will do it the next week on that. And then if you don't make it to the 10th, you have the week basically to work with it, because the demos and things stay up on the website, or I guess it's the Facebook page. This is on the Facebook page. Okay, so I think that should be quite fun to do, something new and interesting. And that's it.
Okie dokie.
That isn't, yes.
I love.
Oh, no,
seeing-
I have one more thing.
Oh,
I have one
okay.
more thing.
Okay.
Don't forget that this is my Artful webinar free for those people who are in that membership program that you have. So this is my snorkeling buddy, and it's August 26th, noon to 5. And that's going to be lots of fun, lots of techniques. And it's colored pencil with the pastel, and we've got some clear gesso in there and all manner of wonderful things. Now I'm finished.
Right. we can't forget him.
Sorry.
I love, as I've started to say, I love that everyone is been so busy. This is really good. And the membership appreciation free classes that are being mentioned, if you signed up any time from last October to February, we had a membership drive in February to be a member of the Baroque or the Minimalism membership. That gives you lots of perks. You can go and read about it, but we only open it for a few months, then we close the membership. But I wanted to show them my appreciation for being a member. And so I contacted 4 teachers, 2 color pencils and 2 acrylic artists to do it's free to you. I'm paying for it, but it's free to the members to take one class. If you sign up for one class, but you still want the other 3, as a member, you can purchase the other ones using your membership discount. So you're not just limited to, you can only take one and that's it. You can take all 4, but one is free. The other 3 you have to pay for, and you can use your membership discount. Okay, and remember, if you are a member and you're using your free discount, you can only use it once on one class. You cannot use it multiple times, just one class, please. Other than that, and then yes, we're doing the fundraiser again, Lydia just said, and with the owl, and she chose one. Did you tell them you chose one up in Canada? And
Yeah. I chose it up there and you chose it for down in the US.
And I chose one in the US this
Yeah,
time. Last time I gave all the money to a
Well,
place.
yes, we
which
were
is
giving
fine.
it all to the Ukraine, and I think we did in 2 different, it was still the same thing, but there's a US arm and a Canadian arm, but all the money's going to what we've picked as our fundraiser. Yeah.
Right. And so it's going to help a lot of animals. A lot.
Well, and you can see
Birds.
they're already, I mean, you can see one on Instagram and all that, there's all sorts of animals in need, so.
Right.
Yeah,
So
we said we'd stay in our own countries this time.
Yes, but if you don't want to take the class, say colored pencils not your thing, or what are we gonna do with an owl? It doesn't match your decor. You can still donate. We set it up so
yes,
that
yeah.
if you wanted to donate some money to the cause, you can donate as well. You don't have to take the class or anything, but if you want to help the animals, help us help them.
Super.
Okay. Yay.
I'm excited. I think it's fun. We'll do one every year, actually. Just have to, like we say, we check around and see what we would like to support.
You always ask everybody what would they like to see you do. So we still have Red Panda on the back burner.
I
so
know. Yes, I know. I'm falling behind. What can I say?
by the time we get there, they may be extinct. So get
Oh,
on. Okay, thank you, Lydia. So we're going to go on to the next artist, which is Miss Judy Rivich. And I have to find her. Oh, there she is. I'm going to unmute you. There you go.
Okay. Hi, everyone. Okay, I am going to start, this is what I'm teaching for May. It's for the Art Room to Create. And it's just a little fun piece. It is May 19th, which is a Friday, and from 10 to 2. And this is a piece that you could finish up and have up for Memorial Day. You could leave it up through 4th of July, a little bit of red, white, and blue. So get that one. Then Artful Webinars. This is going to be on Friday, July 21st. Jingle all the way. Just some fun little jingle bells, not really cutesy. More realistic, but different colors. And that's just on a barrel stave. This is a little shelf sitter, and this is going to be on Thursday, July 27th from 12 to 3. You learn faux background, faux wood, and very pastel, and we'll work on your lettering and then a realistic flower and just some little bees. They're not real realistic, but they were quick and easy. Okay, then this one's brand new, and it's for Artful Webinars also. It's going to be on August the 2nd, which is a Wednesday from 6 to 10 at night. Just some pansies, and the purples, and just a little simple border. And then I put a beaded top on it. You could, put ribbon or whatever to hang it with. And then, let's see, Oklahoma. I'm going to be teaching this one August the 17th. It's a Thursday from 8 in the morning till 3 in the afternoon. And this piece is dimensional. It's 2 pieces of wood. So it gives it a little bit of depth to the piece. And we'll do the background and the poinsettia in class. Then my other Oklahoma piece is the sunflowers. This is on Tuesday, August the 15th from 1 to 8. Again, we will work on lettering a little bit, realistic sunflowers, and little bumblebees. These are a little more involved than the other ones were. But just a cute little fun piece. Then for net, I have, this is just a little fall. You see the glitter on the cobwebs and a little glitter on the sides to make it sparkle. Just stackable sunflowers, or stackable pumpkin with sunflowers. Again, just a textured background. It's not really a wood grain, but it's just texturized. Okay, this one's also for net. And this one is 2 pieces. You're going to get the little ornament to go with it. So this is on Wednesday, October the 4th from 8 to 3. The sun's catching that. A little bit of stenciling in the background, just Christmas ornaments, and then the little ornament to complement the set. And this one here, well, I didn't write down when this is. This is also at net. It's a 6-hour class. I forgot to write down what day it is, but this border is stenciled on, and a little soft pest. I don't know if you can see it real well. The background is ombre. It starts out with a real pale green and gets a little darker as it goes down. one. And then the final one I'm doing for net is Thursday, October the 5th. And these are heritage gourds and pumpkins. You can see a lot of things going on. Got the pumpkins. We've got stamping. We've got some stenciling in the background. And these are all acrylic pieces. And then you'll learn how to paint this torn edged design. And that's all I have for now.
That's a lot. That's keeping busy. That's
Yeah.
right. Thank you so much, Judy.
You're welcome.
And before I move on to our next artist, I would like to ask Paulette. Judy's asking about the Slovakian class
Mhm.
that's full. Will you be selling the pattern packet? Is it that one for net?
After net, those will be available, yes.
So is it possible that we could make them into artful webinars too?
Absolutely.
So there you go, Judy. It might be an artful webinar if you don't get to take it at net. Okay, now, last but not least, bringing up the rear, is Miss Roz Stelcup.
Hi, everybody. I made it. This was a busy day, and so I haven't got but just a few things that I have coming up for webinars, and then one for a group in Illinois. But in June the 14th, we're going to do the sunflowers and hydrangeas for artful webinars, and we're going to do something a little different. This is a weeknight, and we're going to do it from 6 to 10. So hopefully for you gals that may, or fellas, whatever, that maybe work during the day or don't have an opportunity, we hope you'll come and join us. So this is just on a simple board, but you could put it on anything. Most of this is free-handed. And so you could obviously place things anywhere you wanted to, but I think it's just bright and cheerful and fun to do. And then in July, which is the 12th, and again, from 6 to 12. So let us know how you like this time frame. We're going to do the Red House Light, which is I think it's an 11 by 14 canvas, and obviously very different than the flowers, but it's fun to do lots of different kinds of things. And people ask me and said, well, where was this lighthouse? I have to tell you, I don't know. I found a photo of it somewhere and thought, oh, let's do that one. That's a nice one to do. But it does have interesting reflections in here, and the colors are really pretty. So that one is July the 12th. From 6 to 12, and that's artful webinars too. And then I have the Illinois Heartland Painters, and this is July the 28th and 29th. It's 2 days. And one piece is going to be the little small, I forgot what I called it. Anyway, it's just a little basket of flowers with a teacup. And the other one's going to be the fall signboard, which is one up at the pattern packet I've had around for a while, but it's a really pretty fall piece, and I have to repaint it, and my life has been a little busy right now. I haven't gotten to it, but I'll have it done in plenty of time for that. So anyway, those are the only ones I've got coming up, and then I'll do a class in October with my beach class here, and I don't even have the dates right now. And those pieces I haven't painted either. So my husband's been in the hospital, and now he's in a home for people with dementia and stuff. So things have been a little hectic. So, but anyway, I'm glad to see you all, and glad I got home in time to show up a little bit. So,
And we're glad you're here, and we wish you the best with your husband. And that's rough, but I'm sure.
I think it was a good move, though. I think it's better for him and for me, to be honest.
Right.
So it's been.
Right. So
Anyway.
we will keep him in our prayers. Thank you.
I appreciate that.
Thank you, Roz.
Okay.
Okay, so here's everyone, and I know you're all wondering who's the lady in the corner. That's Sandy, my girl Friday. Today's
Ah.
Thursday, my girl Thursday. And she helps me out, and you'll see her putting posts in the group for you to participate in. So don't hesitate to participate. Yesterday was I Spy, right? And you had some crocuses in there. So sometimes I don't get right to it to close it down. So feel free to go and post your crocus pictures. And also on Monday, we have the artist marketplace where artists get to promote themselves. So every artist who has anything to sell can go there and post underneath that comment, underneath that post, and put your link to whatever website or YouTube channel or Etsy store or whatever. Please keep it to one post. Pick one of your links that you want to post there, and pictures of your stuff that you're selling or classes that you're selling. So you can go ahead and do that. And on Friday, Sandy posts what's on your table. So feel free to go and add pictures of what you're working on. So that's good. I'm trying to think, is there anything else I should be talking about? Yes, Artful Webinars convention, 2024 convention. Miss Paulette is the artist of the convention, and she came up with the adorable Lucy the Owl, and it's on the back cover of our convention catalog this year. And we moved the dates because I see a lot of conventions popping up one after the other. So if we stayed in March, you'd have March, then April is Chattanooga, Tennessee. If you haven't seen that one yet, that's going to be an in-person one. Then May is a colorful gathering of friends, which is also virtual, like mine, Artful Webinars. And then after that, you have, I think, when is the Northwest Pacific one going to be, Sandy? Do you know?
I believe, oh, I just had it. Hold on a second. It is in April, 24th through the 27th.
So that's going to be right before the Chattanooga one. So you're going to have two in-person conventions, one in Tennessee and one in Portland, Oregon?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So right there. And then you have Oklahoma in August and Net in October. So I just thought, oh, March, April, 2 in April, May, no, too much. So I'm moving it up to, if everyone remembers when Creative Painting Las Vegas was the last week of February, sometimes into March, that's when the new Artful Webinars convention will be. We're moving up to that. And stay tuned for more information. If you are a teacher and you'd be interested in sending me submissions, email me at cindy@artfulwebinars.com. I'll send you the teacher's packet so that you can send in your submissions. The deadline, I believe, is July 15th. So that being said, I want to thank all these lovely artists and let them know how much we appreciate them, and for sharing their gift of art with us and teaching us how to paint their beautiful projects. And if anyone has any questions for them, you can go ahead and you can email them. You can check out their Facebook pages. You can private message them on Facebook, because they're all on Facebook, and I believe. And if not, contact me and I will definitely connect you with them. So please come and support your local artists, which are these lovely ladies, and others on Artful Webinars. Also, your Art Room to Create has a bunch of opportunities there, as well as the in-persons. You've got New England Traditions, Oklahoma Palooza, which has moved their date to August. And the new Chattanooga is going to be in 2024, and the Northwest Pacific Expo in April of 2024 as well, right? Yes. Okay. Check us all out. Have a great night, everyone. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.